Hello everybody, and welcome to this free masterclass where together we are going to build out an entire high converting online course business. And this tutorial is going to be completely for free, so be sure to stick around till the end. And by the end of this tutorial, you're going to have a website that's going to look a little bit like this. All right, so here is an example of the output, the final thing we're going to build. It's a beautiful looking website. It's got custom graphics. It's perfectly on brand. It also has lead generation aspects like a exit intent light box where you can capture your leads and everything else. You can do A/B split testing throughout. This page is being split tested. Our sales page is being split tested for conversions. Everything is customizable. It's all drag and drop. It's linked up perfectly to a sales funnel process. I can put in my email address. I can make a purchase. I can do everything I want to do. I can do bump offers, upsells, downsells. Everything that I'm showing you here, we do on this tutorial. We've got upsell opportunities. If we say no, we've got downsell opportunities. This entire funnel is working. We get it up and going in just a short time, and it's all fully functional. We also set up a fully functioning membership system so you can see what you're subscribed to, what payments have been made, everything along the way. And of course, we have a course area where you can put in as many courses, no additional fee. The more courses you want to build, go nuts with it. You can protect them with the membership plugin that we'll install, and I'll show you how to do. Courses can look beautiful. You can log in. It'll show your videos, your content. We're going to build out every single bit of this and optimize it using some of the tools available to us and the content we're going to share with you in a second. So I hope you're excited. This is a really, really cool website that we're going to build together. All right, pretty cool, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at exactly the different steps we're going to accomplish in this course here. And we're going to cover this step by step, click by click, so you can follow along with me. And I'll be linking all the resources down below in the description. So this is exactly what we are going to accomplish together. So we're going to have a conversion optimized business website. That means we'll be able to A and B split test a sales page, opt-in pages. I'll show you how all that works in this video. We're going to use a drag and drop page builder, so you don't need to know how to code. You don't need to go to 14 different places to get your page built. Everything will be self-contained inside of our website, and it's going to work so well. We're also going to have some lead capture elements throughout. So not only can you make sales with your online business, but you can also build your email list to be able to sell to them over time and build that relationship with your audience. We're going to use a self-hosted online course platform, and it's going to help you to keep your costs a little bit lower while also maintaining a high level of control over both your pricing structure for your courses or whatever it is you're selling there, as well as a better customized experience that's closer to your brand and better for your customers' experiences. All right, now here's the really cool part. We're also going to have a perfectly integrated sales funnel. It's going to have bumps, which we'll cover all these terms as we go through the training, but it's going to have upsells and downsells. It'll have its own built-in affiliate program and much, much more. This is a fantastic sales funnel platform if you want to keep things simple as well as keep the budget low. And finally, we're going to tie all this together with an email marketing platform that's not going to break your bank, and it's going to allow you to get started quickly while keeping your functionality very high along the way. Okay, so we're going to try to cover all of this in this masterclass. If you look down below, you can see the little timeline. This might be a longer video. I'm going to take this step by step. I'm not going to try to speak too quickly or anything like that. And if you need to, you can click that little gear and increase the speed if you'd like to kind of get through it at whatever pace you're at. I'll also put some timestamps down below to help you out as we get through major milestones if there's only a specific place you need to work on. All right, so let's talk about the tools we're going to use in this tutorial. And these are all tools I have personally used, I recommend, and here we go. So the baseboard of everything, the foundation of everything is going to be your web hosting platform. I use and recommend Bluehost on many of my websites and most of my client websites as well. It's extremely reliable, it's extremely affordable, and it's all you need when you get started and even as you start to scale. The page builder we're going to use is Thrive Architect. This is a page builder that helps you by giving everything you need on the front end. It's friendly to designers and non-designers alike. No code will be required at all in this video. Maybe some copying and pasting, but no writing code at all. One of the reasons why I love this platform so much is because it also allows you to do split testing. So the split testing engine that goes along with Thrive Architect is called Optimize. And don't worry, you don't need to buy 13 different things. I'll show you about that in just a second. So Thrive Optimize allows you to make sure that not only is your sales page looking pretty, but it also performs very well also. That means more leads for the same amount of traffic, more revenue per customer, anything like that. I'll show you how to set those tests up in this video. For capturing leads on your homepage, in your blog post, wherever else you're trying to get traffic to go to, you want to make sure you capture those leads, and we have Thrive Leads to help us with that. And as you can see, there's a lot of words that say Thrive in this, and there's a reason for that. It's a beautifully integrated system. So Thrive Leads is going to be what we use for our pop-ups, for any lead capture, and we'll put a couple of these into the course as well. And next on the list is the actual online course experience. How do we lay out our courses, our lessons? How does it look? We're going to use Thrive Apprentice for that, which is one of the newer guys on the scene. And it's nice, it's lightweight, it's pretty simple, and it's also affordable. Next on the list is the most expensive piece, but this is an important one, so pay attention. For the shopping cart and the funnel builder and all that cool stuff, we're going to use Thrivecart. Now, this is a totally different payment structure than anything else on the list here. This is a one-time lifetime deal, and they've been advertising the lifetime deal is going away. What I have seen is the price has increased over time, so I think this is one that you want to lock in, and I'll explain the math in just a second here. So it's about $500, so that is the biggest investment you need to make here. But if you look at some of the competitors, if you look at a Clickfunnels to do your funnels and upsells like that, that's going to be $300 per month to do the functionality you'll get from Thrivecart here. All right, so just keep that in mind. I know you look at that, it's like, that's kind of a tricky thing. But also what I'd recommend you do is follow along in this tutorial, because we'll get to Thrivecart a little bit deeper in the tutorial. And when we get there, I'll also show you some examples and alternatives if that's just not fitting your budget. But I highly recommend it because it unlocks so much functionality. Next is when somebody buys your course on Thrivecart, how do we actually protect the content and lock out people who have not given us money, right? So we're going to use a content restriction plugin that's called MemberPress. It's very affordable, $150 per year. So that works out to just a few bucks per month. No big deal there. And then email marketing. Mailerlite is a fantastic kind of free to start, and it stays affordable as you go up. So that one we're going to use in this tutorial as well and hook all that up. So as we look at total cost, right, this is what we really want to care about. It's going to be $500 up front. That's going to be that MemberPress. So that's $500, but you pay it only once, and then about $400 per year after that. So now that sounds like a lot as well, but let's just take a look here. Let's say, for example, you chose to use Clickfunnels instead, which can do some of this, but it can't even do everything that this is going to have the functionality for. So let me just pull up a calculator here. So if you had to go with Clickfunnels, thinking you're going to save some of that money from that initial investment, after 1 year, you're going to be paying $3,564 in that first year. In year 2, another $3,564. Whereas with this platform, you're only going to need to pay that $412 per year. And then, if your email list gets bigger and bigger, that price might rise a little bit, but not a terrible amount. So you're definitely going to save a fair amount of money on this. And also, I didn't even mention, if you go with something like a Clickfunnels, you're going to be paying more as well, because you still need an email marketing platform like an ActiveCampaign or something like that to use with. So your costs are going to go up. If cost is important for you, this is exactly the tutorial you want to see. Even if you have a flexible budget, this one does so much right that I really want to make sure you see this and walk through it. Okay? So with no further ado, let's go ahead and dive into it. And we're going to start off by creating our website, and we'll go from there. Okay? So I'm going to log into Bluehost. And if you don't have a web hosting account yet, I recommend you check out the link below, incomemesh.com/Bluehost. That'll get you about $2.95 per month for the first year. It's a great deal. You also get a free domain name if you're just getting started. So it's everything you need in the beginning. All right, so we're going to go ahead and create our site. Once you've gone through and created your hosting account, you'll show up to a dashboard like this. I'll just say create site, and I'll call this Thrive Course Site. Let's go. Name your name and tagline. We'll hit next. And now here, yours is going to look very different from mine. I have several websites. So I'm just going to scroll down and find the one we're using here. And here we go. And then they offer you some additional plugins you might choose to use. I'm not going to use these. I want to keep my site light and lean and mean. So we're going to exclude those for now. And then you hit next, and then it's just going to go and build your website. So I'll come right back when the site is built. All right, and there we go. So we have a brand new website with Bluehost. Now all you need to do is click on login to WordPress, and that will get you going. I also recommend there's the password that was auto-generated for you if you followed this process. So make sure you copy that and put that on a clipboard or save it to your LastPass, whatever password manager you have. Just save you a lot of headache later on. All right, and just like that, we are here in our new WordPress dashboard, our new WordPress website. If we view the site, you'll see there's not a lot going on here, and everything about this we're going to customize and make it extremely conversion optimized. You're going to love it. So the first thing we want to do is just take a look at what tools are already installed and maybe do a little bit of cleaning along the way. So we'll go to plugins, check out the installed ones. Okay, this looks pretty good. I'm going to delete the Hello Dolly and the Akismet plugin, but I'll keep these other two here. I'm getting them out of there because we just don't need it, and I want to keep my website light. All right, so accomplished. Next step is I want to pull in a theme that's going to work really, really well with this website. And while Thrive Themes does also have its own set of themes, they're working on something called a theme builder, which might be out by the time you watch this video, but at the moment of recording, it's not out yet. So I'm going to use a good, modern, and free theme just to get us going here. So I'll come to Appearance and Themes and Add New. And I'm going to install the Astra theme by Brainstorm Force. Great theme, lightweight, fast, mobile responsive, everything you want. And the free theme is everything you need for most cases. We'll install that and activate it. And as we view our site again, boom. So now we've just changed everything about that kind of ugly, like yellow and pink website to this nice, clean, modern looking one. Very good. What I want to do in this first part of the tutorial is install all the tools we need. That way we can come in and use them without having to go through and constantly install. So there will be a lot of installing here. If you already have these tools installed, you can skip ahead to the next chapter in the training. All right, so now we're going to go into plugin installation mode. So I'll go to plugin, add new, and now we're going to install the Thrive Themes suite. So if you don't have that yet, if you're not yet a member, the membership saves you so much money. As we showed here, each one of these tools have lifetime deals, where you pay once and you get them for forever. However, their $19 per month membership, it just can't be beat from the value that you get, because you also get additional training and some members only content, which is fantastic. So we're going to go ahead and log in there. Go to incomemesh.com/Thrive membership. And here you can take a quick look. You're going to get the architect and optimize, which we talked about, all the themes, but we're going to not use those today. I'm waiting for that theme builder to come out. Thrive leads to collect all your leads and your pop-ups and everything else. Doing ask method type of segmentation with their quiz builder, deadline funnel type. There's just so much you can do here. And we're going to use a fair number of these tools in this tutorial. So if you don't have an account yet, just click on here. And whether you choose the $19 a month or the $49 per month, totally up to you. If you're going to be building for clients, I recommend the agency membership. If you're just doing it for your own business, your own different websites, that $19 per month is perfectly fine. And if you don't want to pay annually, you can pay quarterly, but the price does go up. So do what's right for you. All right. So once you have set up your account, you'll be able to log in. And let me just log in here. So the way Thrive works is they give you like one plugin to rule them all. So they have what's called a plugin, or product manager plugin. Just click on that link there once you're logged in, and you'll be able to download it and put it right into your website here by clicking on upload plugin. And then you can just drag it onto that choose file button and say install now and activate it. Okay. So once you're activated and ready to go, all you need to do is go to that product manager link that just showed up in your menu item, and that will set you up where all it's going to need you to do is log into your Thrive Themes account. And if you have access to everything through the membership, it'll all appear instantly. All right, so there we are, instantly, just like that, no typing required, no code at all, and you have access to all of these plugins now. What I'm going to do is just install a batch of them, the ones that I see us using in this tutorial. Again, I'll do future tutorials and maybe on the same website where we build out the entire suite of tools and show you how to use them. But for right now, we're going to install Thrive Leads, Apprentice, Architect, may as well Comments, and Optimize. And that's going to be a ton we're going to put into this website here. And if you'd like, you can browse these plugins down below, or these themes down below, excuse me. Personally, I think they still need to be updated a little bit more. That's why I'm waiting for the theme builder, and that's why we're using the Astra theme in their place. Okay, so we're going to click on the green button down here to install the selected plugins, and there we go. I'll come back in just a second when it's done. Okay, so now all of our Thrive products are installed, so we can click on this blue button down below, and it'll take us to our dashboard. And so there's a lot here, and we'll walk through this throughout this tutorial. But right now we're in installation mode, so let's add the next tool to the puzzle. As we look up here, we got our Bluehost taken care of. We got all of our Thrive content taken care of. So now Thrivecart, let me show you that one real quick. If you go to incomemesh.com/Thrivecart, it'll take you to this page here. You can learn all about it, but you'll see everything, exactly how it works in this tutorial. So feel free to check that out and go for the lifetime license there. One thing I'll let you know, if you click on this, you'll see they have 2 levels, and one is at the $4.95 and one's adds on $195. Let me just tell you what you get in the pro version, the affiliate center, the ability to do subscription saving. And what that means is if somebody's subscription failed, if you're billing them every month for something and it fails, with the lower package, that's it. And there's just nothing else that happens. Their payment failed and they're done. With payment dunning, what that means is up to, I think, 4 or 5 times, Thrivecart will send reminder emails trying to get the customer to change their payment process to prevent from their membership being canceled, and it'll prevent you from losing that recurring revenue. So that one right there is a huge benefit. The affiliate center allows you to have unlimited affiliates sign up and promote your courses, get traffic to your website, get traffic to your blog, however you want to set it up, and it'll automatically pay them a percentage of the sales that you receive from their work. So it's kind of like a pay for performance type of sales team. It's fantastic. A lot of the internet has run on affiliate marketing for a long time, and so basically, that's a very powerful one as well. Sales tax calculation, if your accountant's going to love that. Et cetera, et cetera. There's a lot of stuff here, as well as the custom domain name functionality. This is really powerful. So instead of sending somebody to thrivecart.com to give you money, that can confuse somebody. It's important to keep it as much on your brand where, if we're working here, our website is called thrivetutorial.com. So it's important to have that is what they see, just to prevent any fear in their checkout process. So when you go to checkout, and you can see they're actually using Thrivecart for their checkout process. That's good to see, right? You'll be able to add on the pro version there as well. Okay, so that's Thrivecart. Be sure you check that one out as well. And let's move on down the list. MemberPress is at $149 per year, so you can go to incomemesh.com/MemberPress, and that'll take you to their homepage. And you can learn all about this, but you'll see that in the course as well. I've already logged in and downloaded my copy of it. So let's go to plugins and add new. And we'll go and upload our MemberPress version as well. And we'll hit activate, and there we go. So one thing, once you install MemberPress, you'll still need to activate it. So I'm going to go to the activation page here, and I'll grab my activation code. And once you're logged into MemberPress, your activation code should be here under the subscriptions area. I'm going to go ahead and pause the video so you don't see my code, and then I'll come right back once I've got it and plugged it in. All right, so I grabbed it, I plugged it in, and you can see what it's going to look like here. And now MemberPress is good to go. So let's go ahead and move on. Let's take a look at the rest of the list. The last thing here is Mailerlite, and we will install that one a little bit later as we need to. I want to get into building so I don't bore you too much with all this installation stuff. So let's go ahead and rock and roll. Let's take a look at our homepage. Now, this homepage is kind of not doing what I want it to do. So we're going to design a more conversion optimized homepage that's super easy to customize. Okay, let's go ahead and do that now together. We'll go to new page. And we're going to use some of the latest features that have been brought into the different tools here. So Thrive Themes has recently released what's called smart landing pages. And basically what that allows you to do is build a nice, clean, coordinated website very, very easily. Let me show you that here. All right, so all you need to do is click right here and name the page. I'm going to name this one Home. Not too inspired by it, but that's going to be a great name for it. And we'll quickly click over here and publish. All right, rock and roll. Now we're going to go into Launch Thrive Architect. And this is where we're going to do the majority of the work. And that's what's fantastic about this. You don't need to bounce between different interfaces. All right, so here we are. And this is going to be the page building experience. You'll see it as we go through, but essentially you have a lot of your options over here on the right. And this plus button is going to open up all of the different tools you can use. And it'll just walk you through step by step. Drag, drop, type, ready to go. Cool. All right, so let's do it. What I want to do is to show off this new landing page feature, which you guys are going to love. If you're not a graphic designer, which, hey, I'm not either, this saves our butts. So click here on this little cloud icon, and this is going to open up Thrive's own template library. So these smart landing pages are up here at the top, but if you want to do other pages, you certainly can. They've got a vast library of templates, and what's fantastic about this is not only are each one of these its own template, but they're not like how some other platforms, they'll give you one that has blue colors and one that has green colors and one that has purple colors. And it's just as much work to change that all to look cohesive than it would be just to start from scratch. Here, you click on one and it gives you the entire funnel that has similar branding throughout. So it saves you a ton of time with each one of their templates. For example, one of my personal favorites is this bright one here. And you can see it's just a very clean, very nice modern look, bold typography. It's great. So those are all their templates you can take a look at. Under their smart landing pages, though, they take it up to a whole new level. And I'm sure that over time, everything down here is going to follow suit and become as advanced as all these up here with the smart landing pages. So what makes them smart? Let's go ahead and show you by just using it. So we're going to use this Consultant Smart pack here because we're going to sell courses, so this makes a lot of sense. And we have a booking page, a confirmation page, or a smart with upsell page. Let's go ahead and start from scratch so I can show you exactly how this all works. I'll click here and choose template, and it's going to give us a blank page to work with, which is exactly what we want. So it's going to give you some little options here. And under the style section, you have the ability to customize exactly how your website looks. And once you change this around, your color scheme and things like that, it's pretty cool. It's going to go throughout the entire page. So let's build out our page a little bit and make it a very simple home page. So when you click this plus button, instead of just opening up a single piece of text or a single image, it's going to give you this vast block library to allow you to kind of make your page how you want it. So here, let's go ahead and add this block here. It looks like a good header section, and it'll pull all of our content in right here. So now what we need to do is just start showing you how to change the content. And in this page, I want it to be a very clean home page that's going to try to send people into your sales funnel. Okay. So what we're going to do is create the call to action to try to send them into the course. Now let's kind of make some fiction here so we have something that looks kind of real as we go through. So for this example website, we're going to build somebody who's going to help dentists get more teeth whitening clients. That's a very classic example that's used because dentists are actually really good marketers. So what we want to do here is say, no time to wait, get started with your online course. Let's not use that one. Let's say need more teeth whitening patients. And what's cool about Thrive is I can just select this little bit, say bold, maybe underline it, and make it pop out extremely well. Need more teeth whitening clients. Learn how to use, learn my simple 3-step system to getting patients on autopilot. And just to show off how easy this is, let's take this simple 3-step system and bold it. And we can also just change the color very easily without any code of just that one little bit of text. So we'll come here and let's find the nice pink color. I think that'll look nice. Perfect. My simple 3-step system. Maybe we want to underline it as well. Cool. All right. That looks really good. And now this button we're going to send to our sales page, which we will work on in just a second. But let's build out a home page that looks really nice. We'll add another block. And let's add this little text section here. And I'm going to show you a really awesome thing in just a second. So let's say, hi, I'm Dr. Dentist. No, Dr. Crentist. The dentist. Leave a comment below if you understand that reference and let me know where it's from. It's from a very famous TV show that my wife and I are addicted to. So Dr. Crentist, the dentist. All right, so you can just add that through there. Maybe let's add a picture of the dentist as well. So I'm going to go plus button and image. And if I want to add a image just to the left of this text section, all you need to do is just hover over and boom, it creates another column ready to go. Now, this isn't exactly part of the tutorial, but I also want to show you a graphics tool that I love and I use and I recommend. It's called Crello. And what's great about it is it has a really cool library of stock photos. So we're going to find a dentist to use throughout this project. Now, if you're not interested, if you already have your tools, you can skip ahead, but I want to show you this one as well. And I'll put a link in the description below to Crello as well. Okay. So I'm going to search for just the word dentist and check this out. Like, these are great stock photos. So I'm going to use, let's see, who is Dr. Crentist going to be today? All right, so here's Dr. Crentist. We're going to put him in. I'm just going to make this fit the page. And we have Dr. Crentist. So I'll download this image here. I'll even call it Dr. Crentist. And we'll download it as a PNG. And now we have our image. So let's head back to our home page and we'll just upload files on that image. Because if you remember, we put an image here, but we didn't have a good dentist. I want this to look real for you guys. So we'll come over and I'll just go to my quick access and find him and put him in, select it, and there you go. Insert it into the post. Hi, I'm Dr. Crentist, the dentist. Great. Let's add one more page. Let's add some icons here. So we can just get, here's what you get when you sign up, huge benefits, all sorts of great things. We won't do too much with the actual text here because I like how this is looking so far. And finally, I also want to have a lead capture in case they're not ready to go and give us money yet. Let's give them some place to give us their email address so we can follow up later. So I'll add one more block down here if I can. There we go. Add one more block. And as we scroll down here, we should see also, let's use this guy here, get started right away with a book. So this would be like a free lead magnet you could offer them. Again, just to show how easy this is, we'll replace this image with our Crentist. Great. Get started right away with my lead gen checklist. Something like that. Okay, so now at this point, it's probably a good idea to set up Mailerlite and hook it all into this. So let's go ahead and take a quick break. We're going to save and exit just to make sure we keep all of our awesome stuff. All right, so here's our new page. Looks good so far, even great animations. So to design a page like this would take so much time if you're doing it from scratch. Thrive has done a great job at increasing your efficiency with those smart landing pages. So now I'll come over to Mailerlite.com. There's a link in the description below, which is my affiliate link, incomemesh.com/Mailerlite. And I'll just log in. So if you haven't used Mailerlite before, you can just come here to the, let's go here. And we'll say sign up. It's free to sign up. And I don't think they even require a payment process when you're going through. So it's fantastic. They've got customer support, very good things. And let me just show you their pricing. So until you have 1,000 subscribers, which until you get to that mark, it's going to be hard to really make a good income with your website. So with less than 1,000 subscribers, you're not paying anything for your email marketing. And even then, when you start moving up and beyond, it's $10 per month, $15 per month. It's not a big deal. It's a very easy expense. So take a look at that for sure. And we'll go ahead and sign up. We'll call this Dr. Crentist, and we'll create our account. Okay, so there are a few steps to do to set this up entirely. I'll let you go through that and just kind of follow the steps here. Complete your profile and then request an approval. You can work through that on your own time. I don't want to waste time on this video. So I'm going to skip over to an account that is fully up and running and we'll continue on from there. All right, so now we're here. We have our account set up. What we want to do first is create a group that's going to allow people who sign up for our ebook to actually get kind of segmented into that bucket of people who want the ebook. You don't want to have just one list, one size fits all. It's important to know where your people come from and what you want to do with them and what their desires are. And with Mailerlite, the best way to do that is to create groups where people belong to. So to do that, click on subscribers and groups, and let's create two groups. We're going to create a group called checklist, because that was a checklist we offered earlier. And we're going to create a group called customers, since we'll use that later on. Okay, so now we have two groups set up. Easy peasy. The next thing we want to do is connect our website to Mailerlite, which sounds complicated. It's not. It's one copy and paste. And that's going to allow us to not have to come back to Mailerlite every single time we want to do something. It's going to save us a lot of time. So to do that, go on up to your little profile up here, and under integrations, we'll click there. One of the scariest words in online marketing is integrations. And then they have a button here called Developer API. Go ahead and click on that. it's going to give you a key. Go ahead and copy that to your clipboard, and I'll come right back. All right, so I've copied it. Now the next thing we're going to do is come over to our website once again, and any page will work. Head on down to Thrive Dashboard and click on the dashboard area. Now we're going to connect this in with our Thrive system. You do it once and it works across the board. And to do that, go to API Connections and we'll manage our connections. All right, so all we need to do, hit the plus button here, click down the drop down and find Mailerlite. Luckily, it is alphabetical. Mailerlite. And then just paste that key right there. I'm just going to hide this. And hit connect. And it'll show you that the connection is ready and we're ready to go. So we'll go back to our dashboard. And now we are ready to create kind of the lead magnet portion. We're going to create a thank you page for when people gave you their email address. We're going to give them the thing what they asked for. So to do that, we'll click add new and we'll call this checklist download. We'll publish it and launch Thrive Architect. Now there's several ways you can set up a funnel. If this wasn't such a quick tutorial, I would probably create an email confirmation page where it says, thank you for signing up. Please go check your email for your thing. That just makes sure you get a real email address. But for the sake of time, we're going to go ahead and give them the download directly. So just to keep it consistent, we're going to do the same funnel pack and do a blank page. And we'll add our first block. And we want to make this page very simple, very easy, and just give them the thing they asked for. So this looks like a pretty good one here. We'll add that in and we'll say, thanks for signing up. Please download your ebook, your checklist below. And let's make this white. Perfect. Okay, so what we can do here, let's just put a button down below. And we'll just pull in a button right below the book. Let's make this an extra large button and we'll say, click on it to say download now. And this color doesn't look very good. So let's click on that color. So what we can do, let's just add the download link directly to this book here. So they click on the book anywhere and they get their stuff. To do that, anywhere you click on the page is going to open up these breadcrumbs up here at the top. And that's kind of like your navigation. And you can kind of see there's a lot of layers on top of this, right? Like the circles on top of this book. So this circle here is the content box. And what I want to do is I want to select the entire book and link that to our checklist. So we got our content box and you click above. You can see that's this content box here. Click above and boom. This is my entire book here. So all I want to do is come to main options. And we want to click down here where it says add link to content box. Boom. And now we can put the link to our checklist, which I haven't really linked one up yet, have I? So we're going to go ahead and just do that real fast. Let's come back to our dashboard. And you can leave that in a different tab. We're going to come right back to it. And I just want to make this real. So we're going to do add new media. Our checklist is going to be a piece of media. And you can just find any file for the sake of this demonstration. Here we go. I was working on this earlier, so let me drag that in. And it's just going to be a picture, but you can upload a PDF, anything you want your freebie to be. And now that's ready to go. Let's click on library. And then this is our freebie. So click on the link that belongs right there. And that is going to be what we put on our download link. So we'll click that. And let's go ahead and open it in a new tab. And and we can write directly on the book. So your free book. If we save and exit, this is our landing page, our kind of thank you page. So they click right here, boom, there's their thing. Could be a PDF, could be anything you want to offer as their freebie. All right, so now what we need to do is actually link up these pages and set up the Mailerlite integration. I know this all sounds really intense. It's not. You got this. I'm going to update this link or update this page. And if I look here, this page ID, one thing we should definitely do if you're building a new website is to set up your permalinks. I'm not going to go into all the details of what permalinks are, but all you need to know is these are important for remembering the URLs, the actual pages, and it helps Google find your website easier. So we'll come to settings and we'll go to Permalinks. Let me open that in a new tab. By default, I don't know why they do this, but they do. They make the default settings plain. Go ahead and move that down here to post name and hit save changes. And I'll show you what that does right now. So we've updated that. So if we refresh this page, instead of being .com/page ID yada yada, it'll be checklist download, a much better name. Okay, let's just hit update one more time to be sure. And now we can come back to our home page, Dr. Prentice the dentist, and we will edit with Thrive Architect once again. And now we're kind of linking everything together, the thank you page with the home page. All right, so we're going to scroll on down here to their free checklist, and let's make the target URL. You can just actually type the title of it, checklist, ooh, I could spell, checklist, and it'll auto search your entire website and find the page you want. Boom, and it'll redirect to that page. So everything looks good there. We just need to connect this to Mailerlite so we capture that lead, right? So I'll go to Add Connection. I'll select Mailerlite. And we're going to refresh this just to be sure. These are all the groups you will create in Mailerlite. So we have our checklist and our customers. We want this to be a checklist group. Boom, apply. We'll save and exit. And let's do a quick test just to make sure that everything is working as we want it to. Generally, the first time you set up one of these integrations, you want to test it heavily. In this case, we'll just do a quick test here. We'll say Jim and jim@pam.com. Sign up. I'm giving a lot of hints as to what world I'm talking about here. And when they submit, boom, it takes them to their download page and they can click here and download their thing. That is a lead magnet funnel. We just created a lead magnet funnel in a couple of minutes with me kind of talking a little bit slow here. So now to verify this is all working correctly, let's head over to our subscribers. And if we refresh, we should now see Jim is here. And if we click on him, we'll also see that Jim belongs to the checklist group. So everything is working exactly how we want it to, and you would be able to automate, create automations, which we'll do in a different tutorial. That's just too far off the rails here to follow up with Jim. Pretty cool, right? All right, so we have that accomplished. The next step in the process that I want to do with you guys is let's set it up so that if somebody tries to leave anywhere on the website, if they try to leave the browser window, it's going to give us a pop-up making the exact same offer to get their email address. This is great for capturing people that are not quite interested yet, but they might be interested later. So we're going to do that to demonstrate Thrive leads with you. So we'll come back to our dashboard and head on down to Thrive dashboard, and we'll go to Thrive leads. So this is another tool in the tool belt that helps your website become conversion optimized. What we want to do here, there's a lot we could cover in Thrive Leads. That'd be its own tutorial, but I just want to show you the quickest way to get a great result. We're going to do a lead group, and we'll say add new, and we'll call this exit intent checklist. We'll add a lead group. What this is going to do is allow us to put in any type of form. If it's something that goes into your page or into your blog post, a pop-up or lightbox, something that goes at the bottom of your page when they get to reach the bottom, those are very engaged people, a ribbon that pops up at the top, a screen filler, a scroll mat, slide in widget, etc., etc. What's pretty standard is to use a light box when people are intent, if they have an exit intent. So we'll use lightbox. I don't think that's a real word. All right, and the next thing you want to do here is add a form, and we're going to create a form. So this is going to be get your free checklist. You can name it anything you want, doesn't really matter. You just want to make sure you know what it is that you're offering them. All right, so what is the trigger for this pop-up? We don't want it to display immediately on page load because we want this to be kind of like a save the sale type of thing. So if we scroll down, we can see all the different options here, and we see scroll when show when the user is about to exit the page, exit intent. Perfect. Let's do that. And then they have something called smart exit. It basically means if they're on a phone, you can't tell if they're about to leave, so you can time it if it's on a phone. So we'll say, yeah, after 10 seconds, great. All right, so that's our trigger. The next thing we can set up is the frequency. Do you want this to show up every single time, once a week, etc.? I want to say every day, allow it to show up, but only allow it to show up once per day. I don't want to be too annoying. So we'll say save. Now every day that'll show up only once. And the animation, this is important for exit intent. You want it to be very, capture their attention. So you can rotate it in, which I don't like that at all. I want to find like a wiggle. Where's my wiggle? Let's see, bounce in, right? That's not bad. All right, we'll settle with this bounce in effect. Let me show you that one real fast. That'll be good. Yeah, bounce in down. Because if they're going to go up, that'll bounce in right from where their mouse is. Looks good. Okay, so we have our settings. Now let's design this thing. Let's make it real. So we'll go to edit the design. And now, once again, you have a ton of different options on what you can do here. Let's find one that might work for the dentist. I think this is a good one. Multi-step. That'll show a lot for you guys. Ooh, here's a better one. I think this one's prettier. All right, we're doing multi-step 47. We'll choose that guy. All right, great. So drive more sales by building optimized landing pages. Let's change that. Wait. You forgot your checklist. We can take this text and center it. And let's take this little bit and increase the size. All right, so that looks pretty good. Now let's just change this book to a copy of our checklist. And we'll put this guy here. Boom. Might be a little bit too much blue on blue, but you get the idea. You can customize this as much as you want to. And what's cool about this is you don't see a subscribe form here. So this uses what's called a click pop or a two-step opt-in. And basically what that does is it makes them think. It's not, maybe it's a little bit deceiving, but it allows you to say, hey, click this button. And when they click that button to get it, they think they're going to get it. But what they're also doing, like subconsciously, is they're making a micro commitment. They're saying a little yes because they want that. So you can kind of capitalize on that by saying, okay, I'll take you to state 1. And that means there's like another process here, another step in the whole thing. And once you click that button, I want to show you this one instead. So it'll show up this version as well. That'll reveal that it wants your email and password or name and an email to get it. But that's okay. If they've already clicked on it, they want it. And this isn't that big of a deal to ask for as well. So I'll replace the image again, and that's fine. Sign up below to get access to your free checklist. And then we'll follow the same exact process. We're going to send leads to Mailerlite. And what's great about Thrive is the same interface and the same like usability is throughout the entire platform. So if you use all their tools, there's a lot of like, it brings you some calm because it just kind of works together. All right, and then we'll redirect as well to our checklist. I think it's called checklist download. All right, just kind of taking a look at everything. Looks good to me. I'll save and exit. All right, and that's how it's going to look when we run it. So the last thing I want to do, I'll close this tab and we'll come back to the settings because I need to now activate it so it works. We'll say I want this to show up on desktop and on mobile. And the last thing, you'll see this little check or exclamation mark here on the gear. We need to tell Thrive leads where we want this thing to be active on, where we want it to work. So we'll use the front page. Let's go ahead and, for now, we'll say all posts, all pages, the blog index, everywhere. So that's great. But you could also get very detailed with it. So you could have, if you have 5 different post categories, like one that are tutorials, one that are reviews, one that are strategy, you could have certain pop-ups for each category to kind of make them more relevant and more targeted. But for now, let's just use everything. And we'll save and close. And we should be good to go. So let's open this in an incognito window, just to give us something fresh. Oh, and we see that our new website is coming soon. So let's fix that. That simply means that we have what's called a coming soon on it. That allows you, when you're building your website, to not have to worry about the public finding it before you're too ready. Because as you can see here, not all of our buttons are hooked up and everything, but we'll cover all that in a second. So first, we're going to launch our site so we can see it on the publicly. And now let's test out our pop-up. And we still need to set up our home page, so that's okay. But right now, let's go to our home. And here's our beautiful page that will shortly become our home page. And if I try to leave, it let me. That's not supposed to happen. Let's see why that happened. Let's come back to Thrive Leads. Everything should display. View the site. There we go. Okay. It showed up. And wait, you forgot your checklist. You can click on it, put our name and email, hit enter. And it should take us back to the site. Yep, there we go. It works perfectly fine. And we'll also be able to see that it's in Mailerlite as well. Okay, everything's working there. So now I want to make sure that our homepage actually shows up as our homepage. So as you can see here, it shows this kind of very generic page. Let's fix that real fast. And to do that, our dashboard, settings, under reading, we get to decide where our home page is. So we'll say our home page is a static page, which is home. Let's save. All right, it says it's saved. So if we check out the home page, there we go. Looks really, really good so far. So the next step in this whole process is to actually build out our course that we're going to try to sell. Once we have our course built, we'll be able to set up all the pieces to sell it and to capture all the information, the payment information, etc. So let's go ahead and create a new course. And to do that, we'll go back to our dashboard and let's come down here to Thrive Dashboard and Thrive Apprentice. We're going to use this system here. If you are using it for the first time, if you're following along click by click, just go ahead and create a page by clicking down here what you want your courses to be called. I'll call this back office, just something different. You can call it university, you can call it school, you can call it courses, whatever you want. I'll go for back office today. And now you get to personalize the template or load the default template. We'll go default for now for the sake of brevity, but they're all really fun to use. Okay, so now here's our course area. It's very clean, very minimalist. I love it. We'll click on Add New Course. And let's give this guy a name. So let's say our course is called Dentist 3-Step Lead Gen Course. That'll work. And now we can give it a cover image as well. Let's go ahead and click here. And we don't really have many images, so let me just create one real fast. All right, so we're back inside of our graphics design program. I made a small little image, and Thrive tells you exactly the dimensions, 1170 by 400. So Acrello makes it very easy to set that up. And then let's go ahead and put a lead gen picture here, which this is going to be our picture. Just scroll that guy out, find a nice spot. Boom. There is our cover image for the course. We'll just download this as a PNG. All right, so that's downloaded. Now we come back over here and we'll quickly upload this in just by dragging and dropping. And we'll say use this image. Cool. Let's give it a quick description. We'll say learn exactly what that'll work. Easiest way to give it to them. And under access restrictions, we'll come back to this set. We do want to have a restriction level, but I haven't created it yet. So that's okay. Let's just click save right here underneath the course details. And we have the beginnings of our course. Don't worry, we'll create a lesson together. But what I want to do first is make sure that we can link these up correctly with our protection system, which is MemberPress. So this isn't a full MemberPress tutorial. What I want you to do real quick is just go to options. And what I prefer is simply to go ahead and allow it to make all the pages you need. We won't use all of them, but just say update options. It'll create all these pages for you. And then you can browse through all the different pieces of MemberPress, but we won't need that right now. All we really need to do is create our first membership level. And the way that the structure is going to work is we're going to have the membership level in MemberPress, and we're going to have the course in Thrive Apprentice. And we'll just connect them together. What's beautiful about this is if you want to be able to sell maybe 5 or 6 courses as a bundle, you can create a membership level that connects to all the different courses. Or if you want to have more than just a course included, maybe there's a course and a community and a forum and all these different things, you can have one membership level that connects to all of those pieces of the puzzle individually, right? So it's a very powerful, very flexible system we're creating here. So we'll go to MemberPress and memberships, and we'll just make a new one. And I will call this Dentist Course. And under price, let's say we're going to charge $97 for this course. One-time payment, lifetime access, publish. It's pretty much all you need to do. There are other things you can do, and we might do that later on, but that's enough for what we need right now. Okay, so now what we want to do is go back to our apprentice, and we're going to connect these together. We're going to connect the course and the membership level. So we'll click on our course, which is coming up nicely. And under access restrictions, let's simply restrict access to the course, and we'll add a rule to it. So here we want to link this to MemberPress, so we'll click there, and it'll automatically show all your membership levels. And so you can say they have to have the dentist course to access this. They have to have the dentist course membership to access this apprentice course. It gets a little confusing, but that's how it works. Also, so as I mentioned before, you could have a lot more flexibility here. So there could be 20 different memberships in your website, and maybe 5 of them would have access to this course. So this is great for little bundles or add-ons and things like that, because there's multiple ways of giving access to a course. We'll add that rule, and we'll hit save one more time. All right, so let's go ahead and add one lesson to the course just to show you how it works, how easy it is, and drag and drop it is. And then you can go on with it as much as you want. So let's click over to the Content tab here, and then it'll give you this blue plus button to add more content to the course. So we can add lessons, chapters, and modules. That's okay. We'll just go straight with lessons. But adding modules and chapters helps the navigation and the user experience of your course. So here, let's make this a video lesson to show you how nice it looks. And we'll say, lesson 1, why are you here? I hope it's 2. All right, so I filled in a little bit of details. You don't need a description for every lesson, but I like to sometimes. And then under allow comments for this lesson, I think allowing comments within your course lesson is a great way to increase engagement and kind of simplify your customer support process. So we're going to allow comments here. Now let's find a quick YouTube video for this lesson. All right, I'll paste in the URL of a YouTube video that I did about a year ago, setting up a course with Thrive Apprentice using a different setup. So be sure, it's a little bit out of date at this point, but the process still works. If you're interested as well, using different ways, check out that video after this one. All right, and we'll go ahead and hit save. And there's our first lesson. We can go directly in to add content. Courses can be more than just a video. So we can also go in and have full access to the entire Thrive Architect Builder. So here's the video, and we can add, let's say, a content block, which is another recent feature of Thrive, where maybe you want to add the recommended resources for this page. So we'll insert the block, and now you can type in and give resources and whatever you need to, or checklists and all that cool stuff. All right, and you can imagine this is how building out the entire page is going to be. Looks really nice. And there's our first lesson. It loads, it plays, you can protect access to it, all that good stuff. So as I look at this page, I know one thing we need to cover is switching out your logo at the top, so we'll do that in just a second. But first, I want to go ahead and publish this course so that I'll be able to actually test it once we're already done here. So to do that, just hover over the lesson. We have to publish at least one lesson to make the course active. We'll publish it, and then we can publish here as well. And you can set up difficulties and tags and categories, all sorts of cool things, but we'll just make this very simple. Next, we're going to come to the settings and go to our template. And let's just make one small tweak to make this prettier. So the logo up here is this Thrive Apprentice. That doesn't look very good. Let's add our own custom logo. And I put one together before the course here just to save some time. All right, so I'll drag my logo in, and I'll use that logo, and there we go. It's a little bit big, so we can just drag here and bring that along, and maybe I would redesign it, but this will work for now. We'll hit save. And we could also, what would be fun, is make the color scheme kind of match everything we're working with here. So the main color template, I'm just going to go ahead and make this the same red and apply it, and now we have a much more kind of on-branded course area. And that's good enough for customizing for now. I'll close down from the template. And now if I view the index, I've got my logo, I've got my course area, and you'll notice I opened this in an incognito, so I'm actually not logged in right now. And because of that, I don't have access to see the lesson. It's instead going to give me a login form where it says, hey, you don't have access to this, log in, or we can put a link to the sales page, which we'll do towards the end of the course. Okay, so just to recap, if you're following along, we've created our website, we've created some lead capture elements, we have created the course and the membership to protect that course. The next step in the whole process is actually the sales funnel. So making the sales page, the thank you page, and setting up all the stuff inside of Thrivecart to actually sell this and protect it. So we're going to dive into that part next. What we're going to do first is create 2 pages, maybe 3, but we'll do 2 pages for now. We'll just do the sales page and the thank you for your purchase page, okay? That'll keep it pretty simple. Let's go ahead and add a new page, add a second page as well. So I'll call this one course sales page, publish, and I'll call this one course thank you page, and I'll hit publish. All right, so let's build out a sales page. And for this one, I'm going to use a different template from Thrive. I'm going to use this bright, smart landing page setup. So you can see here we've got a sales page, we've got video pages, all different types. I'm going to go ahead and go for the smart sales page here. So I'll click that and I'll say choose template, and that will load everything up here. As I scroll through, I can see the color scheme is different than what we used on the home page, which is totally fine. One thing I want to show you is how easy it is. You can see all these different reds that are throughout the page. That would take a lot of time to edit and make it the right color for you normally. But with the Thrive Smart landing page feature, here's how easy it is. I'm going to pull out my little paintbrush, which has my styles, and I can select a main accent and a second accent on the page. You can see the red shows up here, the black shows up there and throughout. Let me show you this. So I'm going to take that red that I actually used for my logo, and I'm going to paste that in here. And did you catch that? Every single time where that red was used, it's now been made consistent with the red of my logo. Let's do the same thing with a bigger jump. So let's change that dark black into maybe a dark blue. Let's just pick a color here. And as you can see, even as I'm picking my color, it's changing the color throughout the page. So that looks pretty good. And I'll apply that. And let's go ahead and make that color a favorite color. Great. Okay, so now we have a branded sales page. You can change all the content like you've already seen so far in this class. But what I want to do is connect all the buy buttons essentially throughout the page over to my Thrivecart checkout form that we're going to create in just a second. So just kind of make a mental note. Any place you see a buy button or as you're building your own page, that's where you're going to want to link these. And we'll do that together in just a moment. For now, we'll save and exit from here because we have like the scaffolding set up. We have the page ready. And so we'll jump over to our thank you page and let's do the same thing and kind of get it all set up. And on this one, we're going to have to do something very specific here. So first, let's do the exact same thing we've already done. Let's go to our template here. And we're going to use this confirm button or this confirm template here. And I'll show you why. All right, so we'll say thank you for your purchase. Here's how to access your course. We'll say check your email, open the confirmation email, and we'll call this one set your password. This is part of the integration between Thrivecart and WordPress, basically. When somebody buys from you, it'll create an account for that person, but they'll still need to create their password to kind of get into everything. So this will work, and I'll go ahead and hit save and exit. All right, so we have a sales page, we have a thank you page. What we're missing in the middle is where we actually collect money. And so to do that, we're going to go into Thrivecart. So if you don't have Thrivecart yet, be sure to click on the link in the description below, incomemesh.com/Thrivecart. That is an affiliate link, but as you see, you're going to learn exactly how to use it in this video. And to move forward, all we need to do is go to our settings area up here, and we'll find an integrations area. So now's the fun part. We get to do an integration between Thrivecart and MemberPress, and then MemberPress is already set up to talk to our courses. So we'll go here to membership platforms. And you can see there are others that integrate in with Thrivecart, but overall, I think MemberPress is the best value and has the most functionality for the price. So we'll go into View Settings here because I already have one integration set up, and we can create additional integrations here. So if you don't have any yet, you'll just click on the green button that says Authorize a Site, and it'll give you some video instructions on exactly what to do. So to make sure that make sure that everything stays the same for you, I'm going to pause the video and do the integration. All you need to do is watch this video, which will show you exactly what to do, what plugins to install, everything like that. So I'm going to follow this video to the T. I recommend you do the same, and I'll be right back once that is done, and we can continue the hookup process. All right, welcome back. I hope you followed along with Thrivecart's instructions. If anything updates along the way, they'll definitely update those instructions. So now we have our Thrive tutorial is set up inside Thrivecart. And just for the record, Thrivecart and Thrive Themes are not the same company, although like they should just work together because they're like so nice. So anyways, now what we can do is we can create a product that's going to allow us to connect our courses to the purchase process. So just click back here, click back. And while we're here, since we're already in the integration mode, let's make sure that Mailerlite also talks to Thrivecart. So we'll go ahead and go into our autoresponders, and we'll do Mailerlite, which is already set up again. And here's where you would take that exact same API connection and connect it in there. Since I already have my account set up, you can only have one email account set up. So I'm not going to do that piece here, but you'll see exactly how it works in the process. Okay, so with your integrations done, let's go ahead and click on products here, and we're going to create a new product. We'll say a new digital product, and we'll call this dentist course. The label, we'll just call it dentist course, it's fine. And if you have the upgraded version, you can have clients and assistants and all sorts of cool things, but we'll just say this is our product here. And we'll start out in test mode so we can walk through it nicely. So we'll set up pricing for our course. And if you remember earlier on, we charged $97 for it. So we'll just set that up here as well. And unlimited purchases can be allowed. That's perfectly fine. And we'll hit save. All right. You can add other pricing options as well, like a subscription, a 2-pay, a 3-pay, anything like that that you would like. And then you can check out all these options like customizing your invoice, put your logo on, and nice things there. So that's all fine. We can set up a bump offer, which would be nice to do. It can help you increase the average order value of your cart and everything else, and it looks really nice and really clean on the checkout form. We're going to skip it for now because I don't want to make this tutorial take 24 hours. But that's another option that would be great for increasing your cart value. We'll skip that for now. Our payment processors, you'll want to use a real payment processor for it, so I'll just set up one of mine. And if you don't have Stripe or PayPal, there are integrations here as well. Let me just show you. You can view integrations, payment gateways. This is definitely what you should do first, and set up Stripe and PayPal. With those two payment processors, you can pretty much take money from anyone in the world, which is fantastic, and they're very easy to use. Okay, so we put our payment processor there, and now you can allow affiliates to set up on this platform. So every product can have its own affiliate program, its own deals, its own commission rates. A lot of great things can happen here in Thrivecart. So be sure to check that out. I'll just say a 50% commission, and you can dive into that. There's a lot you could do here. We'll hit next. Let's give them some support, and I'll just say, let's assume I have a support URL, call it support. And then what happens when they make their purchase? So this is really why we're using this system with MemberPress. We can directly add them to your membership site like so. So we'll say add them to my membership site, and we're going to use the MemberPress integration. And yours is probably only going to have one here since we just set it up. So I'll select Thrive Tutorial, and it's going to talk to your website and find all the memberships you have set up there. So this membership is the dentist course. Cool. So I'll select that one. And now this login URL, we're going to skip over this, and you'll see why as we go through. Different platforms, if you're using different membership plugins, this might be more useful for you, but we don't need it for what we're doing here. We'll hit next. And now you've got the 4 different options. You can embed a cart onto your page, which is what I prefer to do. But what's easiest and nice to get started is simply to do a tall 1-step or a 2-step checkout process. So we'll do the 1-step. And we get to customize it real fast. So we'll put a header on, and let's just use our image. We'll hit save. And as you're going through, you can click this preview button and see what it looks like. So for example, that is just way too big of a picture, so we're going to replace that one real quick. Let's instead use a picture of the course, which is nice and long and skinny, so that should work better. And there you go, that's a better looking header image. We'll put a box shot. This allows you to make your checkout page really look nice and professional. And let's just put this example box shot here. You have coupons, bullets, so we'll say, learn the 3-step success system. All right. Add testimonials. You get the idea. We'll go ahead and hit next at this point. So on the success page, this is what happens after the purchase process is complete. You can, if you're short on time, you can use their built-in pages, which we can say, thanks for purchasing. You can add a video showing exactly what they should do next to get into their content, and some text as well. It'll look something like this, where it'll show their purchase, the video, the text. What I'm going to do instead is redirect to our page, because our page is going to be just nicer looking, a bit more customizable, and it's going to help us when it comes to tracking how we're converting. So we'll go ahead and say next there. And you can integrate your Facebook Pixel, your Google Analytics, all that cool stuff there to track your revenue and all that online. Now, if they purchase, we want to go ahead and add a rule So what happens when they purchase? You want to make sure you track your customers and their behavior really well. So when the main product is purchased, we want to, under Mailerlite, add them to a specific group. So let's just add them to this group here. All right, and we hit save, and now that's set up. You can do other rules as well if they abandon the cart, if their payment is declined, and you can have all sorts of different follow-up sequences to save the sale or increase your revenue. But that one is going to be enough for now. So now we can save what we've done and get the URL for this checkout page. And I'm going to go ahead and click on View the Checkout Page. All right, so here we go. We've got our box. We've got the payment processor. It's in test mode, so we're not going to see an actual order form field, but we can do our test there. Okay, and our product is set up. I think there's one thing we need to double check. Let me just double check it by going back into the product settings. So over on the fulfillment side, when I first went through this, I wanted to just use the default one, so we left this blank. But what I really should have done, and what you can do right now, is let's find that thank you page. When they finish the purchase, I want them to come to this specific page. So I'm going to copy this URL, and we'll paste it in here. The main reason why I want to do this is if you want to split test your sales page effectively, if you want to know which sales page works the best, which is part of what I promised you as part of this masterclass, you want to be able to have a thank you page that visitors go to when they're successful. And so this is going to allow us to do that, and we'll cover that towards the end here. So let's click Save and Get URL. And this is now our URL. So we're going to copy this one, click Copy URL. And now to kind of complete the puzzle, let's go back to our sales page in Thrive Architect. Come here to Pages. And we have our course sales page. So let's view it, make sure this is the right one. Awesome. And we'll edit this and add that URL into any button that links to the checkout page. But come on down, let's find a button. Here's a button. And the target URL is going to be our sales page, or our checkout page. There's probably another one down here. Click on that button, put it to our checkout page, and that'll do it. Okay, so this is our sales page, which is great. What I want to do, let's run a quick test together, because this is a lot we're diving through, so I want to make sure everything's working correctly. So I'll click Go. And here's my checkout page, or my sales page. And as we scroll down, we'll say Start Getting Results Now, which will take us to the actual checkout form. And let's run some tests together. So I'll put an email address in, and since I set this to test payments, I can just use a fake credit card to run through it. You can see what we're getting charged with. It has a coupon code there, which you can hide as well if you want to. And I'll say Complete Order. So right now it's processing the test payment, and it's going to redirect us to the thank you page that we set up in the fulfillment sections of Thrivecart. All right, so thank you for your purchase. Here's how to access your course. So it's telling us what to expect, because right now what Thrivecart has just done in the background is it's told Mailerlite, hey, this guy made a purchase. And it also told our website, powered by MemberPress, hey, create a new user account for this person, give him this membership access, and let him set his own password up. So what we need to do next, because of this special thank you page, we're going to go to our email inbox and find the special email that allows us to access all of our content. All right, and here we are inside the inbox. So we can see we have two new emails. One that says welcome to the website. You can log in here, it gives us the login URL. But under the password, it doesn't give us a password. And they do that for security purposes. So they actually send you a second email that allows you to set your new password. Okay? So let's do that together. I'll click this guy and let's open this up in that incognito window. And it'll allow me to enter my new password here. And don't worry, we'll clean all this up as well in time. So let's make a password and we'll update it here. All right, so right now I should be logged in and have access to my course. Let me quickly grab the URL to the course itself to make sure that it all worked. I do need to work on our navigation up at the top and make it easier for people to use, because right now there is no navigation on our homepage. So we'll go cover that in a second, but let's just make sure everything worked correctly. So I'll come into Apprentice and I'll just take this little preview the index button there, the link, and let's put that into the browser where I'm logged in. All right, so here we go. So because I only have one course, and I only have one lesson on that course, as soon as I go to the back office, the course area, it takes me directly into the course. Isn't that great? So together in this one video, we've linked together a checkout page, a landing page builder, and everything else, as well as an entire online course, and it really wasn't that bad, was it? Let's do a couple things for cleanup. I want to make sure the user experience is good, both for the menu here on the apprentice area, as well as back on the home page. There should be a menu. So let's go ahead and build a menu for ourselves. So to build menus, all we need to do is come over here to Appearance and Menus, and let's create one. You can see we don't have any built right now. So we'll call this Front Menu, and we'll create one. All right, so we're going to add this, for simplicity, we'll make this for the Thrive, the course area, as well as our main website. So we'll save it. And let's add our account page, our courses page, and our course sales page for new people who want to enroll. And that'll be enough. From here, you can drag and drop and move them around. So I'll put my account all the way on the back. Course sales page and back office, let's just call it courses, or all courses. Let's call it browse courses. And under the course sales page, let's call this new course. Call it whatever you want. This might not be the best naming here. And we'll save that menu. So now we have a menu. If we go to our front page, you'll see you can't see it yet. And that's because Thrive Architect allows you to customize things so well. Let's go ahead and put that menu in, and we can make it look exactly how we look using Thrive Architect. So to do that, we'll come here to our settings gear, and under global settings, you'll be able to click on it and actually set up your first header that can be used site-wide. So we'll create a new header. And ooh, they have some new layouts. This is nice. I like this new one. Oh, let's use this new one. I'm a big fan. We'll say choose header. And we'll call this new header. And we'll add it. Cool. If your text doesn't look very clean or crisp like I would like it to, here's how you can quickly fix that. Head over to your gear one more time. Might need to click on that little X to go back. Under landing page settings, we can click there and simply click enable theme CSS. That should do a lot to kind of make your website look a bit more consistent throughout. We'll hit save and refresh. Okay, so it looks a little bit better. We'll still need to do some designing here. So let's click on it and let's say edit the header. And for this menu here, we'll click on one of them and then we should go to our custom menu area. And our menu source, I want to use the front menu we just created. So I'll click there. And now here are our buttons. And let's change that typography a little bit here. To do that, simply click on any one of them and you'll see you're going to change any of the top level items. And so we'll just go to typography and let's make it something prettier. Let's do maybe a Lato. Click there, and now that looks much better. These social share icons, again, you could do the exact same thing, but I don't want to waste time on unnecessary things, so we'll just remove that one entirely. Remove that column, and we'll also remove this column here. So a very simple, clean menu we're working with here. One thing I want to do is make sure we have the same brand image across, so we'll click on this logo, and let's change our logo out for our actual logo. And we can make this small as well, just to not take up too much space. Okay, so now we have our menu. Hit done. Hit save and exit. And so let's check this out as well on our incognito window. I'll hit refresh here. All right, so here we go. We have a menu. We can go directly to the sales page here. We can go to our account. And what's great about this integration, the integration between Thrivecart and MemberPress is pretty powerful. You can go in and actually see every payment from your WordPress site that was made through Thrivecart. So here, for example, we can see today, this is what I bought, and it even gives you your invoice number, and you can also see your subscriptions there as well. If we wanted to, there are also settings where we can make a clickable link right here that will take you to the course, but we'll skip over that for now. We can also go in and browse our courses and go directly in. We can also log out from the account page. And if we're logged out, if we click on it again, it'll ask us to log in. So this is a very easy way of, instead of trying to work too much with log in, log out, all these different buttons, the account button can kind of do it all right there. One thing I want to do quickly here is let's link up this button to take us to our sales page. And then I also want to do some split testing to show you how Thrive is really powerful when it comes to improving your conversions online. So first, let's go to our homepage, which we're here. And we'll edit this real fast, and just a quick little thing, let's update that button link. So here we're on our homepage, editing. We're going to come down to enroll now, or let's say learn more. And we can click on it, and under the animation and action tab here, we can remove that link. And let's say we want to take them to sales page. Course sales page, we'll keep that in the same tab, and we'll say apply. All right, so our homepage is looking pretty snazzy, but as we are data-driven digital marketers, there's two things I really want to optimize for with this business. One, I want to optimize to get more sales. So on our sales page, we're going to set up a split test to make that one perform as good as possible. And number two, we want to also optimize to get more leads and more potential customers into our database as well. And the homepage is a fantastic place to set up a split test to try to optimize for subscribers. So I'll show you both ways, both methods of optimization, because it's kind of my geeky thing. It's what I like to do. So since we're here on the homepage, let's set up that split test first. So we'll come here to A/B. That's going to allow us to create a new test very quickly. And this is the Thrive Optimize plugin that we're working with now. So there's two ways I can set up split tests. One is I can simply duplicate what I have and then make some changes. So for example, if I want to duplicate things, I can do that here. And let's call this sub above fold. So I want to try to capture subscribers at the top of the page instead of at the bottom of the page, which is probably a best practice. So we'll go into edit this variation. And now, while right now I'm trying to sell my course right up front, and I'm trying to collect leads down here, that might not be the best way to do things. I'm going to take this content here, so this entire column, and I want to pull that up to the top. And I want to try to collect leads up front. So let me take this and I'll just drag up. And I'll put this right down here. That's a little too big. So we're going to go to lead generation. Let's do layout and position. And the width, let's not make it maximum. Let's do it like this. All right, let's do this. Let's make a new column. So I'll make this a 2-column layout now. And I can take my lead generation form, drag that over here. I can take my header, drag it over here, and my subtext, maybe here. I'll just show you a little bit of designing, just trying to make this look like a reasonable second option. So instead of offering the course, let's say, get my free checklist on how to do it. And let's take our picture of our box shot and put that above here. Now you might be thinking, oh, this looks worse. And maybe you're right, but we really won't know unless we do some A/B split testing. So we're going to set this up. Yeesh. Okay. I'm not going to waste too much time trying to design this just right. We could do a lot here, but this will work for us. So this will be our variation number 2. So to move on and actually launch this test, we want to see which one's going to get the most leads. So we'll save our work here and we'll come back to the A/B option. We'll click there. And there we go. We can also alternatively create a brand new variation of the homepage and design it completely from scratch. So let me show you that real fast, and I'll just use a simple template, no other work. So we'll come here, let's grab a totally different one. Let's just simply do an opt-in form here. And maybe this is going to be another variation that we test. So this can be our third variation. We'll just say free checklist, and that'll be enough. Okay, so now we have 3 different versions of this landing page, our home page, that we want to test against each other. So I'll go to A/B, and I'll just call this blue. And now I can launch a very scientific test to see which one performs best. So we'll set up and start our A/B test, and we'll call this homepage lead capture. Get more leads. You'd want to put descriptions of exactly what it is you're testing in each one, but this will work for now. Thrive allows you to easily set up an automatic winner setting. So basically, you set this test up and you go about your day never worrying about it, and it'll take care of the rest. Let's say next. And now for this particular test, we want more email signups. So we'll click here and we'll start the test. All right, cool. So as you go through your days and you come back and you just check in when you're bored, you'll be able to see how the traffic is going, how many signups you're getting, et cetera, all along the way. So let's do one quick show of that. Let's go back to our incognito window, close it out. And now let's open up and we'll see what version we get. All right, so quickly we got the brand new one, totally redesigned, but it still shows up as the same URL. And you notice our pop-up, our exit intent is still working as I went through there, which is great. So that would work too. Now let's use a different browser. Let's use Firefox and let's go to the website one more time. And let's see what we get here. Boom. A totally different one. This would take a lot more time to set up if you're trying to use Google Optimize or if you use a more expensive tool. So let me just show you. Let's make one successful here. So let's come through and let's say test, optimize, and we'll sign up. Okay, so thank you for signing up. Please click down below. And we did this earlier on and it works perfectly. So now let me show you what happens in the background. We'll quickly refresh our home page here. And I can already start to see that our control group, the original one we built, that had one visitor and we got one subscription, right? We just did that. So it's 100% conversion rate. And this one here, the blue homepage, it also had a visitor, but it did not have any subscribers. So it has no conversion rate. So right now, this is definitely looking like the winner. It also, I want to show you this just because I think it's so cool. Under our Thrive dashboard, you can also go to Optimize. And if you have multiple tests running, like your lead magnet page, your upsell page, et cetera, you can see how all your tests are doing and how it all is working out. So you can view your test details. And boom, you have a nice, beautiful graph over time. It'll show up and give you more data. So that's what's really special about Thrive is you can do this with your landing pages. You can also do it with your pop-ups, which we'll kind of skip for now since the video is getting a little bit lengthy. Well, no, I want to make this a full tutorial. So let's do the exact same thing under our pop-up. So now we have this exit intent lightbox, the one that says, hey, wait, hold on a second. So let's come in and edit this, and I'll show you something really, really cool. So we have this one that we built that slides in and says, hey, wait, what I can do, if I want to test to see if I can make it a little sexier, I can clone this guy so it looks exactly the same. And just like in Thrive Optimize, I can come in and change the headline or change something else. So let's say, hey, wait, you forgot your checklist. Hold your horses. Maybe something fun would be better. And you can change the color. So maybe this blue on blue is not working for me. So I can find that content box and I can change the color from blue to maybe a green. Okay, that looks pretty ugly, but let's test it. And so we can, same thing, save and exit. And now we have these two forms that are side by side under the same settings, right? They're going to show up on the exit intent. They're going to show up every day. Let me just move this to all the time for the purposes of demonstration. All right, so now they're going to display all the time. They're going to do the same animation. Let's change that. So let's have this one slide in from the top. And we'll start a test. Same way, we'll say exit intent pop-up. Automatic winner settings are the same. And we'll start the test. Boom. So now let's show you how that works as well. I know we're getting super deep and super advanced, but I know you guys can do it. So now we're here on the website. We can look around. Looks cool. If I leave, oh, wait, you forgot your checklist. So that's version 1. Let's go ahead and take us up on it. And that succeeded. So now we'll open up Firefox again. And let's go back to our home page. And I got the same one. So I'm not going to waste too much time because once your cookies are set, it's not going to show different ones all the time. Like for every one person, they'll only see one type because their cookie will say, hey, this person's already seen version A. Don't show them version B now. That's a bad test. So let's try one more time here. And if we get the same, we'll just move on. So here we are. Exit intent. Okay. So the test is running. So if we wanted to, we can come back in and see. Hit a refresh button here. And it'll show us that I had one conversion, 2 different impressions, and the other one just didn't get shown yet, which is totally fine. All right, so thus far we have optimized our lead capture through the pop-up. We've optimized also our lead capture on the home page as direct call to action. Now, the last thing I want to cover in terms of optimization and data-driven marketing is let's try to make our sales page perform as well as possible. So we'll click onto the sales page, and here we are. So now let's say we wanted to use a different template altogether. I'll click into Thrive Architect one more time. We'll set up one split test, but pay attention here because we're going to use this one differently. We're going to set it up and construct it differently. So now I'll go to my A/B once again. We'll add a whole new variation. We'll edit the variation. Let's select a new template. And one thing that's pretty cool, I think it's under bonus. They have an online course specific sales page template. So I'll choose that one. And I love this one because it really walks you through the flow of how you can sell a pretty decent price course. Very beautiful sales page. Let's just get rid of one of these boxes since we're only going to sell one version, that column entirely. All right, so there's the course. And now we'll add our Thrivecart button. Let me grab that real fast. And let's send that Enroll Now button to our course page. There we go. So this is going to be what we test against. But the difference here is I want to test for total number of conversions. I'm not going for email subscribers anymore. I want to make money. So to do that, let's go to our test dashboard. And we're going to launch the test between these two. So we'll set up and start it. And we'll call this sales page conversions. We'll do automatic winners again. But now, instead of choosing the subscription box, since there is no lead capture on the page, I'm going to choose visiting to the goal page. And so I'm going to search for the goal page as being the thank you. I called it thank you. Yep. Course thank you page. So what this means is whenever somebody goes from our sales page and they do anything in between, but then on the other end, they land on the thank you page of the course sales page, that's going to count as a conversion and it's going to kind of tally up which one is converting better. This is huge, guys. Like this means you can send them to a form, you can send them to anything else, but as long as they get to the goal page, it's going to count. So this allows us to use Thrivecart, whether you decide to embed Thrivecart into your website or do like what we're doing here and use the built-in checkout pages. You're able to track how well your sales pages are doing and not just like thinking about it and not going to Google Analytics and trying to piece together what's working better. This is built in directly to your website with just a few clicks. So I'll say start the A/B test. Oh, and also you can add multiple goals, multiple pages to the goals as well. But one is enough for us. All right, so now let's run through this again. And once again, we'll do a new user altogether. All right, so here we got a different version. We got the one with the button on top of the fold. So let's browse our courses. And here you can see we're locked out. So instead, let's go check out our new course. You can see we have all the navigation buttons up here in Thrive Apprentice as well now. And boom. So I got version 1, it looks like. If I were, oh, there's our pop-up. If I were to test this over here, let's see if I get the same version. Yes, I do. I will try it one more time. Oh, but look here. We got a different variation on our exit intent. So you're starting to build this extremely dynamic website. I know I'm getting like geeky on you here. Let's test a different browser and let's go straight to the sales page. Crossing my fingers. Okay. Randomness is random. That's all you can say. Try Firefox. Okay, hey, we got it. All right, so now let's say this variation is going to perform better. So I'm going to use this guy here, and I'll enroll now. It takes us to our checkout page. Let me set up a new one. We'll put our information in, and we'll say complete order. We can set up upsells and downsells as well. We're running a little bit long on time here, but I think we'll go ahead and do it just because we're doing really well here together. I'm really proud of you guys. So now it's going to complete the order. It's going to take us back to the thank you page on our website. And there we go. Thank you for your purchase. So now what I want to do, let's go ahead and finish creating that account. So we have those familiar emails. Oh, set your new password. So we'll do that here. And once again, now we have these buttons over here, which is very useful. We can go to browse our courses. And we're right there in the course. Great. let's also verify that the split testing is working. So to do that, we're going to come over to our dashboard. And under Thrive Dashboard, we can go straight to Optimize. And now what we should see is we have two different A/B split tests running right now on our website. We have the home page, which is going for subscribers, and we have the course sales page, which is going for goals, like sales. So what we can do is we can click on the test details, and now what we can see is variation 1, that was the original one we created. It had 2 visitors, but we didn't buy from that one. On the other hand, the new variation only had 1 visitor, but that person converted. And so we have a 100% conversion rate here. This is how you can continuously make your website more profitable by running these data-driven split tests all the time. If you have landing pages, if you have sales pages, if you have home pages, you should be testing them and making them work better for you over time. Cool. All right, so at this point, you could probably stop the video and you have everything you need to really rock and roll. Be sure, if you haven't gotten all the products yet, be sure to click on the links in the description below, help support the channel and the education I'm giving out here, and get started, because this industry is booming right now. It's not going away anytime soon. And as you can see, if we can set this up in a couple of hours, you can absolutely do this yourself. But because I'm feeling good today and I want to show you the full power and why that integration with Thrivecart is worth the initial investment, we're also going to set up a bump offer, an upsell, and a downsell offer together. Okay, let's go ahead and do that now. And to do that, I'll make this very clear and easy. We're going to create a membership level for each product that we're going to offer. So let's go ahead and go here, and we'll call this one bump. You'd want yours to be more descriptive. Let's say our bump is going to be $27. We'll publish it. We'll make another membership called Upsell. We'll make this one, let's say $197, a pricey one. And we'll make another one called Downsell. And we'll make this one $67. We'll hit update. Now with MemberPress, you don't have to only use Thrive Apprentice to display all of your content. So you can, if you have courses, definitely put them in Thrive Apprentice. But let's say, for example, the bump offer we want to sell might just be like an ebook or something like that. It probably doesn't make sense to create an entire course area just to house an ebook. So what we're going to do here is we're going to create a download page for the bump offer. We'll call this bump offer ebook. And we will publish it. And let's quickly make a download page here. And let's just make this one download page. By the way, put a like and subscribe to the channel, all that cool stuff if you're enjoying this training. I really hope this is letting you know that you can do this too. So let me know how you're feeling down below. So we'll say this is all fine. And honestly, let's not even hook this up with anything. You know, this is a download page. You can link it to what you want. So this is how it's going to look. We'll save and exit. We have our download page. Great. Now that we have this page, I want to make sure that I can protect it as well. So this is not using Thrive Apprentice. It's just going to use MemberPress and nothing else. So to set up some protection rules, let's go ahead and go back to MemberPress and let's go to rules. We haven't been here yet in the training. And we're going to set up a new rule to protect that offer, that bump. So here we're going to say protected content. We're going to have a specific page, a single page, and we're going to call this one bump, because I think we called it bump. Bump offer ebook, boom. It's protected now. So that's the page we want to protect. We can come down here and say conditions is they have to have a certain membership. The bump. Makes sense, right? So now if they don't have this, if they're just trying to download it for free, they're going to get bounced out and sent to a unauthorized page. So our bump offer is protected. Now let's go and take a look at our upsells and downsells. Now, because Thrive Apprentice is so powerful, I want to make our upsells and downsells both additional courses or maybe additional trainings on top. So we'll just call this course here Upsell. And I'll leave out some of the stuff we don't really need right now. You've already been through this part. But now we'll restrict access and I'll add another rule. And here, so we already have the one course protected by MemberPress. So now we can protect this one as well. And looks like I didn't make an upsell. I only made a bump and a downsell. Okay, so let's fix that. We'll make this one the downsell because I don't want to bounce around too much. And here, let's just call this one downsell. Great. We'll save that course. Let's go back to MemberPress and let's make one more membership level for the upsell, since I thought I did, but I'm moving kind of fast. We'll publish it. All right, so we have our upsell, our downsell, and our bump. Let's make one course here for our downsell content. Here you go. All right, so we have that course there. I won't do any filling out. We'll go ahead and publish this lesson. Publish the course. And so now, if I go to my index, you can see multiple courses are all set up here now. Cool, right? So let's go and make one more, and let's have an upsell. Call this upsell course. We'll say this is an upsell. And once again, let's restrict access to it for only people who have the upsell membership. See, it's really pretty logical as you go through that process. All right, and we'll save this. All right, let's add some content to our course. So I'll come here. Let me show you. Let's add 2 chapters, chapter 1 and chapter 2. And within each one of these, we can add some lessons. So we'll say intro to the course. And let's just add a little bit of content to show you. I want this to look really good at the end of the day. So we'll add a content block. That's an easy way to make things look fantastic. Let's have a little about the author in the beginning. And then we can add maybe like some lessons or some steps of what we're going to cover in this course here. Looks good. Insert into content. Boom. About the course. All right, so we have our course page. This is our upsell. We have a bump and a downsell. So we're going to be done with that guy. We'll publish this lesson. And let's also make a lesson here. I'll just call this unpublished lesson. What's really cool, I want to make sure I call this out, is inside of Thrive Apprentice, once you add lessons, you can still hide them. If you're working on it, if you're kind of planning out your course, you can plan out your entire outline of your course directly here in Thrive Apprentice, and you can simply delay on publishing it until you're ready, which is really awesome. So let's publish this course, double check. I think everything's good to go here. So now for the last piece of this, like we're taking this super, super deep here. So we're going to go back to Thrivecart, and we have this product, right? We have this dentist course. But what I also want to do now is let's add the bump to the dentist course, and let's also add some upsells and downsells and create a funnel here. All right, this is pretty awesome. I hope you guys are really enjoying this. So we'll come here to the bump, and we'll say, yes, I want to add a bump to it. The bump will be a digital product. So we'll say, get the ebook companion. Special offer only $27. You will totally love it. All right, and the price of this is going to be a $27 one-time thing, and the bump product name is going to be course ebook companion. All right, so that makes a lot of sense. All right, so now that we have the bump set up and everything is all linked up, we need to link our membership level so they get access to their book, okay? So to do that, all we have to do is come back to our fulfillment area, what happens when they purchase, and now a new option should appear where if they purchase the course, they get access to the course. If they purchase the bump offer, we want to give them access to the bump, okay? That's all you have to do. We'll save and get URL. And now our checkout page also should have a bump offer. Boom, get the ebook, right? Instant way of increasing your conversions and your cart value. But we can do more. So now for the last bit of this, let's come down to the sales funnel and let's create a sales funnel for our course. Check right there. And so here's how it works. When customers purchase, I want to blank. So here we are doing MemberPress for everything. So you have the option if you want to have a confirmation step or simply have a one-click purchase. Definitely the one-click purchase is more common in the industry and it just makes things kind of simple. So we'll leave it to that. And now if they take the first upsell, what is the upsell you want to have? So here you'll have a list of the upsells that you've already created, but in the tutorial I haven't made them yet. So that's okay. We're going to save this sales funnel. All right, we're gonna first make our upsells and downsells, and then we'll rock and roll. Sorry, I missed that part. So you're here under your products area. We'll go to upsells. Let's create an upsell. And we'll call this upsell simply upsell course. That'll work. Pricing, we're going to charge $197, we said, for that one. And you can take a look at the options. You can also allow affiliates to promote just the main product or the upsell or anything in between. So we'll say no affiliates on this. For the checkout page, it's going to use the same look and feel as the main page, but we want to add an image into this, a video into our upsell page as well. So I'll take another YouTube video. I'll edit it. I'll grab the embed code here and just put it in. So now we have a video, the ribbon here. You can customize all this, and let's see how it's going to look. So you can see, you can customize everything, put a different video in, change the colors and all this stuff, and you'll have this button down here. Really easy way to create an upsell page. All right, that'll work. Success page, we'll say, just leave that blank for now, but you can add some content in, and then additional tracking you can do. Also, you can add tags for upsell purchases, tags for upsell refunds. Go nuts with it. You get a lot of customization here in Thrivecart. All right, so we have our upsell. Now let's create a downsell. We'll create one more downsell. And we'll call this downsell course. I think we wanted to charge $67 for this one time. Again, we'll just kind of do the same thing here. And let's put the same video in just because I want to find a new one. And we'll say, how about a downsell? We'll hit save. And next. Saved. Okay, I know we're doing a lot. You're doing great. So the last step here, I feel like I've said that before, is to go in. Now we're going to create our sales funnel linked to this product. Let's check this box, and here's how it works. You get to configure what product you use first, second, third, up, down, left, right, and in general, the way that it works here, you'll just see it as we go through. It's going to show upsell 1 first. So we'll say upsell course. And then if they purchase the upsell course, we want to give them access to what membership level? Like, what do they get access to if they do this? So we'll give them access to our upsell level. MemberPress also has a really cool functionality where this can replace the main product or can replace a different product. So if you're doing like membership upsells, you might offer a 7-day free trial, and then the upsell could be an annual membership, and you don't want to end up with 2 different memberships. So it can do the replacement process there. So if they don't take us up on the upsell course, we're going to give them the downsell course for the downsell membership level. Boom. And so you'll see how this works as we run through it. So we'll save our sales funnel. Whew. And we have a lot done here, guys. So let's test all this. And nothing else should need to be done. We're going to run through it ourselves, though. All right. So let's go ahead and log out here, get everything going. And now we're back on our home page of our course. And so what should happen now, if we go through the purchase process, let's go ahead and get to our sales page. Here's our sales page. We're going to click on this button here to purchase, and we're here on the main product checkout page. And notice how the design of everything is. It's very like, this is how it's going to look. We're going to go and purchase one more time. We'll call this funnel test. And let's go and put our fake numbers in. And look, now we have a bump offer. So we can see exactly what we're going to get here. We're going to add that to our cart. And you can instantly see that it's added it over here. So our total is now $124, not $97. And we'll complete our order. But instead of the order being completely done, it's going to take us to upsell number 1. So it says stop right there, has a video you can watch, or you can do autoplay videos and things like that. We have access to the upsell offer. If I clicked yes, it's not going to show me the downsell. It's just going to take me to the thank you page. But I want to show you the downsell. So we'll say, no thanks, don't add this to my purchase. And instead of being done, once again, how about a downsell? So here's where you can offer maybe something a little cheaper and give them an opportunity to take that up too. So we'll say, yeah, sure, let's go and take that. It'll process it. And it should still, at the end of the day, return us to our thank you page we set up earlier in the course. All right, now here we are on the thank you page. Thank you for your purchase. Let's check our emails and confirm that everything showed up. So here we go. Our emails came through as we expected. So now we can create our new account once again. Open this guy up. Last time we'll be doing this, and we can update our password. Cool. So now if we go to browse our courses, if you remember, we purchased the main offer. So we should have access to this guy here, which we do. So check. We purchased the downsell. So we should have access here, which we do. Check. And we did not purchase the upsell. So we should still be locked out of this one, which we are. All right. You see how that works? So that's pretty awesome. The last thing, we also purchased the bump offer. As we can see here, we have access to the bump. So I didn't really add a link over there to the bump offer. So let me get a direct link there. And we want to confirm that we can get to it. So I'll take that link. And let me show you real fast since I took that link. In MemberPress, underneath the membership options, one thing I recommend you setting up, I've just been kind of quick on this tutorial, is go into the membership you want to customize. And you can actually set up an access URL underneath that advanced ribbon. So what that'll do is, let me see if it'll retroactively add it. I think it should. Let's come here in our account. If I refresh this, yep. So now what that does is it can take you directly to your membership area from your account page. So you don't need to have all these crazy navigation links everywhere. You can set that up directly there. So now I can click here and I have access to this page perfectly fine. So that is protecting a lot of content. We're doing a lot of optimization. We have a sales funnel built in. This is a full business in a box here, guys. Let me think here. What else I want to do? Let's just confirm that this page also is protected if I'm logged out. So if I'm logged out and I try to get to it, it blocks me down. It's doing a little something crazy here, which we can cover in another step on how to make that look prettier. But that's about it. So let's just quickly recap what we've done here. So we've built an optimized business website. How is it optimized? We've A/B split tested our homepage. We've A/B split tested our sales page. We've set up exit intent pop-ups that's going to show up and try to capture email content. We have an email marketing platform that all this is tying into and allowing us to build our business over time with additional offers. We're also showed you how to use the drag and drop page builder, not only drag and drop, but also pre-configured smart landing pages with Thrive Architect and Thrive Optimize, where they work together to let you design pretty much anything you want in minutes. As I mentioned, we have those lead capture elements throughout our website, our homepage, even on the sales page if they try to leave us. We also set up online courses. We made 3 different online courses in this one video. Yeah, you need to add more content to it, but you know exactly how to do it now. And not only can you host the courses, you can protect them on your own website using the setup here. We have a perfectly integrated sales funnel where when they purchase, they get emails from your website, they get access, they can see what they have access to, they can see what they don't have access to, and everything is protected. You can also add it in an affiliate program. So if you don't have a huge email list, you can still reach out to others and have them promote and sell your stuff for you. And lastly, I showed you how using the tools in this video, you can put a little investment in up front, but year over year, you're going to save a lot of money due to the cost-effective nature of these tools. If you found this video helpful, if you think this would help somebody else who's been struggling through the technical hurdles of getting all this set up, I ask you, please share this, share with your friends, leave a comment down below what your favorite part was, if there's anything confusing, so I can come through and make sure that I clear that up for you. And also, if you want to support me, all the links that are in the description below are affiliate links. As you can see, I really know how to use these tools and I know that they can work for you. So these aren't just affiliate throwouts. I highly recommend this stack if you want to keep all your website on WordPress while keeping some of the reliability parts of having your checkout process and having your email process separated. It's a good strategy. There's different strategies trying to keep everything on your own website, trying to keep everything off your website. This is kind of that hybrid sweet spot where your visitors stay on your website for the important things. But when it comes down to all the stuff that can get you in trouble, like, hey, I lost my email list, or hey, people they can't pay me. It's nice to have those separated and supported by outside teams where you can go to and ask for help. And final call to action, I'm going to leave a link in the description below as well for my Thrive Hero, where all the tools we talked about here, I've only scratched the surface. If you want to learn more about them, I'll leave a link down below where you can learn more and enroll in that course as well. All right, guys, I'm John from IncomeMesh.com. I hope this is a hugely valuable use of your time, and I'll look forward to serving you in the next video. Take care.